In this age of pollsters and polymarket, there are all kinds of ways that we can speculate on and even predict the future. But there's a far older method dating back to the oracles of Delphi in ancient Greece and to Nostradamus during the French Renaissance. Psychic mediums and clairvoyants still continue to this day, and they can give us a window into the year to come. So joining me now, psychic medium Susan Rowlen has been thinking deeply about the events that we can expect to see in 2026. Susan, happy New Year's Eve. Welcome to the show. Thank you so much for being here. You were talking with our producers, and you have a very bold prediction about the war in Ukraine.
Yeah, I do. Thank you for having me. Happy New Year to you, too. The war will end. I don't think President Zelensky will be happy with the terms, but he's really not going to have a choice. So I do think it will end reluctantly. I always worry about when wars end, new ones seem to pop up. Sure. But this one will end, and I do see that happening. I do. In time, it will happen. So we are going to see that.
Okay. Interesting. Can you share a specific event? You know, there are a lot of people who are skeptical that you believe will happen maybe in the next 30 days, that viewers will recognize when it happens and say, Susan said that was going to happen.
Honestly, I think there's going to be more talks back and forth, more bickering, and they're finally going to come to some kind of an agreement, because I don't really think they're going to have a lot of choices. I do think President Trump is going to put a lot more pressure on the table. I do. I think he has been doing it. I think this is one of President Trump's promises to himself, that this is what he wanted to do. So I do have faith in that he will do that. Like I said, just keep an eye out. Like I said, I don't see President Zelensky being happy about it, but in the bigger outcome, it's going to have to be agreed, because really it's not going very well this way. Nothing's coming of it, and he's having a very demolished country.
What themes do you believe will shape this next year?
You know, it's all about when they say there's a new year, there's going to be a new beginning, but this is going to be far greater. This is an end to a world that we knew, and this is going to be a new era to what's to come. Okay, and that's what I see. I think everything that we had known in the past is going to be gone. We have to take shape, and we have to take a different way of how we're going to look at this new world and what it's developing into, whether we like it or not. There is a lot more changes, and we have to go with it. You can choose to go with it. You could choose not to go with it, but I'm telling you right now, make it work for you. And this is what I tell people all the time. There is a lot of people, I'd say most of the people today have no hope to anything, because they're broken. They're tired, they're broken, they're stuck, they're blocked. I get that a lot from my clients, and I feel for them because I totally understand that. So, but a lot of change where it's going to be a total world of revamping.
Good, let it go, like Elsa says.
Yeah, exactly, it is. Everything we knew is gone. Everything that we are going to come to know is definitely coming. 25 was not just about endings of the year, endings of what we knew.
Right. That's the whole year of the horse, right? Is like this newfound freedom and embracing it. And 2026 is the year of the horse. It's New Year's Eve. People are big on vision boards. How do you feel about this and manifesting goals in general?
I love what you just asked. I just did a workshop on vision boards. And vision boards I believe in. But here's what I tell people. Don't put, oh, I want the fancy car, I want the fancy job, I want the $1 million house. On your vision board should be all your weaknesses to what you need to work on. Because when you work on that, everything that you want in time will materialize and you will manifest. People have it backwards with vision boards. And it's very interesting. You know, money flows easily to me. I don't chase, I attract. But put your weaknesses. So when you learning more patience, seeing the bigger picture, when you start putting your weaknesses and you start every day to affirm what you have to work on every day, you are not going to have to ask the universe what you want. It will be given to you.
And be grateful.
Have vision boards in every room too that you spend the most time. Your office, kitchen. This way you can see key focal points.
After his assassination back in the 80s, President Reagan used an astrologer to assist with his daily schedule. Are you able to predict events or tragic events, or even use your vision to help solve crimes?
I did. That's how I started in this business when I was 18. I'm now 63 years old. I started helping Chicago police, because I'm from Chicago, finding missing people. So over the course of time, because I had a good track record at finding them, graduated to FBI, CIA, and I do with Homeland Security as well. So yes, I do. And I do find missing people, even, and I hate saying it, that the endings are usually not happy ones, but they're closure, and they're closure for the family. And it's very, very important to bring that home. So I do. But yes, I do see these things because I go back in time and I can actually see what happened. And it leads me to so many things. And trust me, Jessica, I've never asked for this. This is not like when I was young, I wanted to be a psychic medium. I tried so many other ways to not be involved in that. It just always pulled me back in. So it's kind of funny where your life leads.
Right. Are you able to shut it off? You know, it's interesting. One of my closest friends is a medium. And I always say, you know, if somebody's standing next to me, just let me know. And she's like, no, I can shut it off. Are you able to shut it off?
No, and I'll tell you why for me. Many times I will have spirits at the foot of my bed and they're all in line. Here's the thing, okay? Spirits don't have time on the other side. They have nothing of that. So you just have to politely say, hey, can you let me sleep till 6? And I promise I'll get to you. But I usually sleep about 3 hours a day. And it's been like that since I was a child. And that's good. You know, I can handle it. But I usually, when they come to me, they're telling me something and I have to help. I have to solve something. Or there's a message I have to get to a loved one. Yeah, very, very much so.
Susan, can we do a little rapid fire? Because as I'm watching the teleprompter, producers are adding questions. I think everyone in our control room has a question. So the first one, what are your predictions for Prince Harry and Meghan Markle? Are they going to stay together?
For now, they will. But are they going to have the princess and prince fairy tale of a marriage? No. No, they don't have it now.
Okay. How about aliens? Are we going to make contact?
I think many people have already. And I do think our government has those secret files and they will start maybe releasing it over a course of time. But do aliens exist? Oh my God, yes. Because there's something much greater than what we just know. There are other forms of life and they will come in different ways. Some good, some not so good. But I do believe in them and I do believe that they exist. Absolutely, yes.
Okay. Do you think that we at some point will unite as a country? You know, here in Manhattan, I'm getting ready to cover Zoran Mamdani's inauguration, right? And the city's so divided. Will we come together? There's so much of this like finger pointing and back and forth.
No. It's funny. I've had my own clients have asked me that. I actually think it's going to take at least a good 10 years to work out the kinks. There's been so much destruction, unfortunately, and I feel bad about that. I really do. I think it's going to take time, and I think we have to weather the storm, and I think the ones that will make it will, and the ones that won't, well, they just won't. But is this going to be, oh, of course we're going to be happy eventually? No, it's going to take a course of years. I'm going to say a good decade, good 10 years.
Wow. Okay, before we go, Susan, one last thing that you would love for everyone watching to take with us as we move into a new year.
I love that question. Oh, you ask great ones. I love that.
Thanks. Well,
here's what I would say.
Team.
You know what I want to say? We are coming into some major changes in this world. All right. And let's go to careers. Learn AI, learn to make it work for you. Okay. A lot of people are very nervous about job replacements into, you know, taking away human. And I do believe that it will to some effect.
On that note, we've got to go. Happy, healthy New Year. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. Embrace AI. We'll see you in 2026.
You got it. I can't wait. Happy New Year to all of you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.